One of the things I think people ask me the most is how I got so flexible through my spine. So for this particular sequence, I want to show you guys how you can increase your spinal flexibility, essentially, really deepen your back bends. So to start, a dragon lunge, which obviously isn't a back bend, a lunging posture, but if you're going to do back bends, if you have a lot of tension or restriction in the front of your hips, that's going to be a limiting factor. So the first posture I want to show you is just going to help to basically release your hip flexors, so to release the front of the hips, which tend to be tight from all the running and such that people do, running and jumping, all that kind of stuff, sports, tightens your hips. So we're going to start with that. Left foot steps forward. So keeping your body upright, or if possible, your hands might come to the floor. Just looking to feel the stretch in the front of the right hip. Likely you will, even just being in this position here. A couple things. Try to make sure that your knee isn't going beyond your ankle or staying back before your ankle, in front of your ankle. So you want knee and ankle in one line. And then you're just going to hold it here. Stay in this first position as long as you have the patience to do so, and that's going to help the most. If you don't feel that much here in this first position, you can go a little bit deeper by lifting your right leg up. You could hold here, even eventually pulling your foot towards your body. This is probably going to be pretty intense for most of you. So maybe something like this to start doing what you can. Again, we're looking to feel a stretch in the front of the right hip. Stay as long as you can, and you will get more from it. And then basically, other side rather. Right foot forward, same thing, tracking knee and ankle. You could time this even with your little, what do you call those, gentlemen? Those little timers that they use in the gym boss. You could time it with your gym boss. Maybe staying 1 minute, 2 minutes, even upwards to 5. So going deeper or holding somewhere like this. Or again, you're just staying here. Another option to curl the back toes under and extend or straighten that left leg. So whatever you need to do so that you really feel something happening, releasing, opening left side of your hip. Cool. After your timer goes off, release that right side. You might want to take a second and just stretch it out and move things around. Likely you're going to feel that. And then the next posture I want to show you is called melting heart. And this one is really good for releasing the whole upper spine and your shoulders. Shoulder restriction or shoulder tension is going to be another thing that might limit your ability to go backwards. So here, bring your hands about shoulder width apart. And all you're going to do is start to lower your chest towards the floor. You might bring your forehead down, and there might be a big space between your chest and the floor. That's totally fine. You want to feel something happening in your shoulders, so if you don't, bring your hands closer together. So the more distance between your hands, the less intense it will be. So adjust that. Again, you want to feel some tension though, just nothing that resembles pain. So once you find what feels good for your shoulders, more advanced hands close together. Beginner arms as wide as your mat. Bring your forehead down. Eventually what we're looking to do is to melt the chest down, the heart to the floor, something like this. And again, you want to stay here as long as you have the patience to. Focusing on the breath, just try to stay within the sensations of your body. Releasing tension into the floor. Probably there'll be some space between your chest and the floor. Eventually coming right down. Cool? Next one, slowly you'll release that. Take a second to move your arms around to release the tension. Again, wherever you feel it. Probably pretty intense through your upper back, through the shoulders. Come onto your knees, stand on your knees, 6 inches between them. Classic back bend, camel pose. Couple places you can start. Hands on your lower back. You may choose to keep them there throughout the posture, that's fine. So this is the first position. You're going to inhale, drop your head back, think of lifting your chest, and then again just hold here. Find your breath here. If this feels pretty good for you, you could look back a little bit further and maybe even drop each hand towards your heels. From here, eventually, pushing your hips forward and dropping your head back. So always somewhere to go. It's a process, it's a journey. Breathing normal. To come out, one hand at a time to your hips. Inhale, bringing your spine up and your head up. Slowly lower to your butt. Don't worry if you feel a little dizzy, totally, completely normal. We hold a lot of tension in the front side of the body, and when we back bend, we release it. We give things an opportunity to move, an opportunity to shift. Don't worry, breathe through that when you feel that. Last one, great one. 2 options, bridge or wheel. So wheel is going to require a fair amount of strength through your upper back and through your shoulders. So you'll have to feel this out for yourself. If you can't do wheel, which starts here, you've seen this before, basically your hands are by your ears and by your shoulders, fingers facing towards your shoulders, wrists facing towards the wall behind you. You're going to use the strength in your upper back and your shoulders to push your hands and slowly come up. If you don't have a lot of flexibility within your back, you might be somewhere like this. It might feel pretty intense and overwhelming. You might be holding your breath. Don't go any further. If you can, though, if you feel okay there, if you have the flexibility, you're pushing through your arms to bring yourself up off the floor. If that feels like too much, you can grab your ankles, keeping your heels towards your butt. All you do here is lift your hips up. Tuck your chin and just stay here. This is going to get you moving in that direction, or in the direction of the wheel posture, really opening your spine here. Really advanced, just in case. Eventually, you push up. And this is going to freak you out a little bit perhaps, but this is so good. This is something that I did often to really open up my spine. So on the inhale, let your toes come up, push forward. Crack, crack, crack. Exhale, lower your heels. Inhale, push up, and bring your chest forward. Go really easy with this. Make sure you don't feel anything too intense. The more you drop your head back, the more you're going to open up. Oh. So, always somewhere to start, and then always somewhere to go here as well.